Hello, my fellow individuals. I am Mr. Mini Mask Man here, and today I'm going to react to Death Note's first teaser trailer. Now, obviously, if you've not seen the teaser trailer by now, then please do not watch this video until you do so. So I guess I've been hearing about this whole Death Note series. I think it was when Nat Wolff, if I'm not mistaken, which he was in what was that old Nickelodeon show with the band, the Wolf Brothers. And all that, so he's gonna be playing Kira. I think I heard they're changing names, so this is almost like some sort of series remake of Death Note, the anime Death Note, but with almost American version, Americanized. So after hearing that, I'm not 100% certain, but I think I don't know. I don't know how I feel. But I'm just kind of like between, I don't know whether to, usually every time, I know there's series that have done that, not just with Death Note or from anime, like, what was it? There was one with, they did with Breaking Bad, but it was a Spanish channel. And they just basically did it almost exactly the same, but in Spanish. So with this, I'm not sure, especially since it's an anime. Almost any anime adaptation period is kind of tricky, to pull off. There's like very few cases where live-action anime has done well. Like very few. For me, it'd be like the Rurouni Kenshin films, that trilogy, or let me see. I'm hoping the upcoming Ghost in the Shell movie too will hopefully do well. At least it looks like it. So far from the trailers, but yeah, I don't know yet. I'll probably talk about a little bit more after this reaction. So without further ado, let's watch it right now. The classic Death Note falling. Really, that's not what... Oh, it's a film. Okay, this is different now.
The human whose name is written in the snow shall die.
Guess that girl's supposed to play as Misa. There's Ryuk.
Shall we begin?
Oh, wait. August 25th. Gotcha. I remember now. William Dafoe is Ryuk. I'm looking forward to that, actually. Of all this whole part of the series, I'm actually looking for William Dafoe playing as Ryuk. I think that's probably the only thing for when I get this that I'm looking forward to. Okay, so I didn't know this was actually ended up being a film. I thought it was a series, but now this kind of changes things now. I don't know if it's just going to do one, or just like in the anime the Japanese, the original Japanese movies of Death Note, the first, both of them. The first one was decent, the second one, different story. But, I don't know. The problem with this is because I've seen the series, like, so many times, easily one of my favorites. Hell, I even got a little, I'll pull this out. A little Death Note of my own, see? But I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, it's Netflix and all this, I already got it, so I'm still gonna watch it, but my expectation is just not quite up there. But the problem is, I don't know if maybe it's because I'm comparing it way too much for obviously the original anime and all that, and this whole difference case, it just seems like I just don't know. First of all, it's Netflix, so I trust almost like 80-90% of the time whenever Netflix does pull something original on Netflix. It's usually pretty good. Netflix has as good a reputation of their series and sometimes their original films too. With this one, I don't know if this might be one of the very few cases where they'll get it wrong. Unless the only thing I can do is if it doesn't if I'm trying my best not to compare it, to the original anime. Like, if I get my mind kind of... I have to change my mindset, basically, for at least to give it a chance. Like, is it just a good... Like, if I'd never seen Death Note, never know the premise of it, never seen the anime, or I'm sorry, the live adapted films, from, the original Japanese ones, will this still be good either way, like, with all of that out of my mind? Which I'm actually quite doing with upcoming for Ghost in the Shell. I've seen the anime, the standalone complex, but I've never seen the film. Which this film is coming, the Ghost in the Shell film is coming up, is based on more on the film than the standalone complex series. So, and I was originally thinking, well, let me watch the animated film first, and then I can later watch, the live action one, and see how much a comparison it is. But I think that might be the issue. It's because I like to compare from the original or to whatever's been remade or adapted and all that. And for me, I get extremely more critical, more critiques and all that more. I see twice as more faults and all that when I'm comparing. And then at the end, I'm just not going to enjoy it. But with this one, I mean, it's already too late. I already seen the anime and all that, but I have to really try. If I'm gonna watch this, I have to try super hard for myself to keep a very open mind. I'm still iffy. I am still kind of iffy with this. I don't know how I feel. Well, I kind of do know how I feel. It's not something that I'm 100% not looking forward to, or my expectations not quite up there. But it's just, I don't know. I don't feel. It doesn't feel right. I don't know. I'm still gonna watch it. I will admit it. I'm still gonna watch it. But my expectations are definitely not up there. Definitely not. Definitely not. I love Death Note. I really do. It's one of my top favorite animes. But I'm still curious to see it. I'm still gonna see it, and do my very best to keep an open mind. Like, my very, very best to keep an open mind on this. I mean, there's some parts where it doesn't look bad, there's some, scenes are there where if nobody knew about Death Note, like the anime, if this was something original that came, if Death Note didn't exist, and this thing came out, maybe it would have been a completely different thing where I'm like, so a notebook where you write somebody's name and they die, interesting, and it could captivate me and really pull me in a lot more, because I never heard of the premise. It's like if Death Note never existed. This is like the very first Death Note that's being displayed in in film or as a series, whatever. But because I've already seen the series so much and I love it, especially because I love it very much, I'm extremely very critical and very might end up being a lot more biased. But I'm gonna work very hard to do my very best to not compare it way too much to the original, and just pretend. I'm gonna almost try very hard to pretend like this is something separate, just something separate, like it's its own thing. And I'm hoping, I guess I'm really hoping that it'll surprise me. Originally, I thought it was going to be a series, like a very short series. Not be like exactly episode per episode. For some reason, I thought it was going to be a series, but I guess it was just originally just going to be a film this whole time. But then again, if it was a series, now that I think about it, what is the point of making this a series and copying episode per episode for the most part from an anime series? Then you might as well just watch the anime if they were going to do that. So it makes sense why they'd go with the film route, this movie route. The question is, they're going to do it just like in the original two movies, where it's going to be the first one covering all the way until L's arc, until L's death and all that, and then the second half where it's just about Nier and Mello, and around the end, of Light's fate. So, like I said, the only thing I'm actually looking forward to is just William Dafoe as frickin' Ryuk. Oh my god, William Dafoe is so frickin' awesome. So just seeing him as Ryuk, I think that's the only thing where I'm like, I want to see this. I want to see what William Dafoe does and how he looks like and all that, how they portray him as Ryuk. But other than that, like I said, I don't have any high expectations. I'm still gonna watch it. So, and it's coming. What is it? August 25th or 26th? I can't recall. But this upcoming fall or end of the summer situation. So, but yeah, I guess we'll see. I'm not really that excited, but I'm gonna do my best to keep an open mind when I see the series. I'm sorry, not series, the movie. And hopefully it what's the word I'm looking for? Hopefully it surprises me in a good way. Hopefully it catches me off guard and actually becomes decent. Then I'll be like, Netflix, you've done it again. I don't know how you did it, but you've done it again. But hopefully I really does hope that it turns out decent. But like I said, expectations just not quite up there for this one. But we'll see. We can't judge just yet. But like I said, with experience of live adapted anime films and series, especially Americanized, I'm like this. So, but again, we'll see. So I think that's all I gotta say to this one for now, at least, until we see another trailer. This was just a teaser, so maybe we'll see a future and official trailer and show more details of how exactly what they're doing. If it's like scene for scene, like in the film, God damn it, in the series, or if it's something completely different. I know the casting choice way off than what we think of, but like I said, open mind, completely different thing. I'm just gonna imagine it like that. But we'll see. But I think that's all I gotta say for this one. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and if you liked the video, you know what to do. So as I always say here, I hope you guys have a nice day.